Okay, so we're starting to get into transformations, and one of the simpler transformations is a translation. And the only thing a translation is, it's a movement left, right, up, and down. I mean, you could just move just to the right, or just to the left, or just up or down. But either way, it's just either straight up and down, left, right, those kind of movements. Just little slides on the graph. You take the object, whatever you're translating. In this case, it's just a single point, and you're just going to move it the way it tells you to. So we really need to understand what 3 units right looks like on a point, and what 2 units down looks like on a point as well. Okay, so I've drawn a little bit of a graph, and yes, I know it's crappy, but we need to use that so I can help you better understand what's going on. So what we have here is we have just the X and Y axis, and I drew the numbers on because we need to talk about what the numbers do as you move whichever direction. Okay, so we need to talk about X movements and Y movements. X movements are going to be the movements across the x-axis. The x-axis runs left to right. And then Y movements are vertical movements that go up and down. So our X value of our point represents where that point is along the X. So left to right, we're at 5, and then up and down, we're at 2. So 5, 2, this is where that point would be, right around this area. All right, so we need to think about specifically what 3 units to the right is going to do. So 3 units to the right, if we're going along our x-axis, if we go to the right 3 more units, well, that's going to add 3 to our x value, because as we move left to right, the values increase. As we move right to left, the values decrease. So, right 3 would equal an addition of 3 to the x value. And then left 3 would be subtraction of 3 units on the x value. So we'd subtract 3 to the x if we were going left 3, but we would add 3 if we were going to go to the right. In this case, we're going to the right. We'll get to that in a minute. Y movements are up and down. As the graph goes up, the values increase. As the graph goes down, the values decrease. So if we're going up 5, that looks like a 4p. Let's see. If we're going to go up 5 units, that's going to result in an addition of 5 to the y value. If we're going to go down 5, that's going to result in a subtraction of 5 to the y value. And I just used random numbers. It doesn't matter what they are. The only thing we really need to know is right however many numbers or however many units means an addition of those units. Left however many units means a subtraction of those units. And that we need to know that right and left only affect the x value. Up and down only affect the y value. So up is going to be an increase. So up 5 means add 5. Up 3 would be add 3. Doesn't matter. Down 5 means subtract 5. If it would have said down 17, we would subtract 17 from the y value. However many it tells you to do, that's what you're going to do here. So in the case of what we have up here, we have the 0.52. It's going to go 3 units to the right and 2 units down. So our new point, we'd say, well, 5 plus 3, that's going to represent the 3 to the right. And then for our y value, we're going to have 2, which is the original 2. And then we're going to add 2 because we're going up, we're going to add 2, we're going down. We're going to subtract 2 because we're going to go down 2 units. So our new point would be at 8, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So translation, 3 units to the right, we're going to add 3 to our x value. And then 2 units down, we're going to subtract 2 from our y value and make it 0. Again, keep in mind, if you are doing this work, do this during our regular class time. If you are confused at any point, hop on Google Meet. I will be there during your class time, ready to go. Help you if you need it.